Do we sound good on our end? In a world.
All right. Well, Francheska and Eric, thank y'all so much for coming on the podcast. I'm really excited to talk to y'all. Y'all are, like Mike was just saying, y'all are a power couple for sure. So the kettlebell workouts, the animalistic flows, all that good stuff, I really want to get into that and talk about that type of workouts. What made y'all get into that workout? Because I think you were a boxer, Eric, before, right?
I did. I trained in MMA and kickboxing, and I had a MMA fight and a kickboxing match, but I did a ton of jiu-jitsu when I was growing up. Yeah. So I was in combat sports.
Yeah. So what made you transition out of that into this like animalistic flowing? Excuse me if I'm butchering it. I call it animalistic flow. I don't know if that's what y'all are calling it, but
yeah, I mean, we just call it, animal flow is the term for the style of training that Francheska does and that I do. But we kind of just, mix it up and do all types of other moves as well. So it doesn't really have a name. It's
okay.
kind of movement, but I got into unconventional training with kettlebells and animal flow after, I tried competing in martial arts. I realized like, man, I don't like getting punched in the face. Like this isn't worth it. Like I'm hurting my brain. I want to, have a long, healthy life. And so that's when I started training people to get in shape. And I realized like, man, combining some of the stuff that I was doing when I was training for martial arts makes training a lot more fun. And so I started combining kettlebells and body weight moves, kind of like I was doing in my martial arts classes into my coaching classes and my routines, and people loved it. And so just been keeping it up since, keeping my training exciting.
Yeah. Francheska, how did y'all meet?
We actually met through my uncle, who's kind of like a mutual friend, honestly. But my uncle, he's our age too. He's in our age group. He's like in his late 20s. And he was an On-It coach. So he was one of the first people to do one of the On-It Academy coach certifications. So him and Eric were always buddies. And when Eric went to go teach in Miami for a kettlebell workshop, he brought me along. He's like, hey, show us your favorite bars to go dancing. And I was like, okay. So yeah, we just met organically at a bar. And then he's like, wow, you're a coach? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a coach. And then we did the whole like, what's your age? And we were like, same profession, same age. We were both like Latino. It was really funny.
Yeah, it's like the perfect couple. The stuff that y'all do, I try to emulate that in my garage too. Like I don't know. I probably look dumb as hell doing it.
It's what you think compared to reality.
Yeah.
I could see this for sure.
What's that? The one move that y'all do. So y'all start out like on all fours, and then y'all do a circle, and then you kick your leg out, and then like you do this pose, I guess. What are the benefits of doing movements like this?
It's a side kick through.
Side kick through?
Yeah.
They couldn't see your arm.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like doing like this.
Yeah. Side kick through.
What?
Yes. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so that's so side kick throughs are amazing because there's so many benefits to training on the ground on all fours. So first of all, you're like working all your joints. So getting that low to the ground, I'm sure just holding that position where your knees are low, for some people that's super challenging, so you're working your ankles, you're working your hands, your wrists, and then you're really getting that good strong core engagement because you're trying to stay like as low as you can. So it's great too for that movement because then once you start lifting your hands and feet, then you're trying to work on like anti-rotation and core strength because then your body wants to wobble, so you're trying to fight the wobble, which is all core. And then as you're extending, you're like putting your shoulder in different ranges of motion with load too, as well as that hip joint. So your hip and knee are like moving dynamically, but of course, like in a controlled range of motion. But for a lot of people that don't have good control in like their shoulders and hips and ankles, that's super challenging for their mobility and their control. So it's really having that control through your range of motion.
Right.
So yeah, it helps with that. And then once you get to like that end range, then you're trying to like lengthen your fascia and like really lengthen those tissues. So you're really getting like some fascial conditioning, and you're helping with like your flexibility as well, because you're getting some groin stretches. Some people that have tight pecs, you might not even be able to like pull that arm back because you're trying to really lengthen that whole sling. So everything from like your groin across your abs into that other shoulder, you're trying to like lengthen it and then strengthen it through those ranges of motion.
Yeah. So were y'all like, do you balance this type of workouts? Like, because I don't see y'all do the traditional workouts like where you're doing squats or anything like that. It's all kettlebell flows and stuff like that. So I have to know, like for me, I can't mentally transition away from that type of workouts, from like, doing the benches, the squats and the curls, but like y'all are in like superb shape. So do y'all not do any of that and it's just this type of workout, or do y'all mix it in?
So he still does conventional lifts.
Okay.
Yeah, I mix it up. I still do barbell bench press, overhead presses. I use dumbbells. I use all kinds of stuff. I don't put a lot of that stuff on Instagram just because it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
All the time, so
They don't like it.
Yeah, what I do on Instagram is a little bit more, trying to catch people's eye. And then once they get to my website, they see my programs, my workouts. They're all pretty fundamental, foundational plans that include push-ups, a little bit of arms, presses, squats, all the fundamental movements, just because that does compromise like 90% of my training is fundamental movements like that. The other 10% is fancy stuff where I'm having fun mixing it up. Yeah. But for the most part, I'm strengthening all the fundamentals to get the most gains.
Yeah, and I'd say I for sure do the same, but just I don't do heavy lifts myself that much. I kind of do all the basic movements, but just with kettlebells for the most part. So I'm still doing my presses, I'm doing my pulls, I still get in my deadlifts. I just try to go a little bit conservative with the weight because my body doesn't like that much weight.
Yeah.
Do you think conventional lifting decreases your mobility?
No, I think it's about balancing it.
I think no, conventional lifting actually is great for mobility. Being able to squat with weight is going to strengthen your squat. It's just what can happen is, you're doing things too heavy or too repetitive, focusing on not enough variety, so it's important if you're going to do a lot of squats to mix it up. Like every couple weeks, instead of just doing back squats all the time, try doing front squats for 2 weeks. And then after that, try doing a different type of bar squat, elevating your heels, hitting a different, or focusing on isometrics. You got to vary how you're performing the different movements so that your body can explore different ranges and different tempos so that it doesn't just adapt to that one stimulus. And when you do that and you repetitively do the same movements over and over again, you end up kind of cheating a lot or it becomes really easy and you kind of just like go through the motions and you end up developing some like bad habits eventually that are counterproductive and can actually lead to injury if you overdo the same stuff. So that's why it's important to add variety to your training. But you can do that with other variations of pressing or squatting, lunging, there's all types of ways you can add variety. Or you can add in some fun mobility moves like animal flow in between your conventional training sessions, or add it at the end of a workout as a finisher to help get your heart rate up, burn some extra calories at the end of the workout while also moving in different ranges to keep you healthy.
Yeah. It's like the whole like coin muscle confusion kind of thing, right? Where your body's always guessing. Do you find yourself, do y'all find that y'all's body is, can you catch it off guard nowadays? Because y'all are doing just very dynamic work. Like it's just totally different workouts that you do. I've never seen some of these things.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you can still, I'm not doing all the things all the time. So if I circle back to a movement I haven't done in a couple months, it's gonna make me sore. It's gonna hurt. So there's, it's all about, cycling things back into your programming that you haven't done in a while will help you get sore again or add that stimulus that'll help you make some more gains.
Yeah. Are y'all able to get the everyday people into y'all's programs, or is it just, the really intense people? Like, cause I imagine y'all's style is very eye-opening and eye-catching for people that may not be in the fitness industry or maybe just getting into it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely capture the everyday people. And I think like Eric said, a lot of times we don't showcase like a lot of the fundamentals and a lot of like the conventional training that we do. But I think it's definitely when people do train with us and they're beginner, they realize that we're all about progressing stuff for people's fitness levels. We don't want to just push somebody into the deep end. And we're like, all right, you're going to do kettlebell flows and snatches. I think, it's super important to show people that, we do other different, we do beginner stuff and not even that it's called beginner, but we always focus on the fundamentals, and the basics are super important as well.
What do y'all teach people healthy diet habits with y'all's programming? I guess, what is y'all's diet like?
So Eric's more of the nutrition person.
Yeah, so I keep it pretty clean for the most part. I do right now. I'm doing kind of like what they call carb cycling. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Just basically eating more carbs on days when you're training, or depending on the intensity you're training. Around your training, you eat carbs, and then to try to lose body fat for about 4 weeks. I'm in a phase where I'm doing lower carbs Monday through Friday, and I eat those carbs around my meals or around my workouts. And then on the weekends, I'll increase the carbs higher to recover from the hard week and give my body a break so that it won't burn through my muscle. Because what happens when you go super low carb and low calorie throughout the week, you start kind of tapping into those fat stores. But then if you extend that for too long, you end up eating away at your muscles. So that's why on the weekends, I carb up, eat a little bit more calories, and I refeed my body so that I don't catabolize my muscle. And so that's what I'm doing right now. But I try to eat, as organic as I can. And I get my carbs mainly from like rices, oatmeal, and fruits. Try to stay away from grains just because, it doesn't really agree with my stomach. Makes you kind of bloated.
Yeah.
I can't digest breads very well, so I stick to like as least processed foods as I can, which means beans, rice, oats, no breads, no tortillas, none of the good stuff. But
No wheat.
Yeah, no corn, no wheat, and then I eat all types of meat, steak or beef, lamb, chicken, fish. Really try to mix it up. I actually had my blood work done a couple months ago, and my doctor was telling me that I had really low absorption rate of protein. Like I wasn't digesting my protein very well, and I wasn't absorbing enough. And she asked me, "Are you eating enough like variety of meat?" I was like, "No, I actually mostly just eat like tuna cans all day." She's like, yeah, try switching it up, because I was only eating tuna, like canned tuna and tuna poke all day, every day. And so I started switching it up. I also stopped drinking protein powder because I was getting like 50% of my protein from protein powder. I was doing like 6 scoops a day. And so I stopped doing that, cut out the protein powder. I've been eating only like eggs, fish, chicken, meat. And I feel like I'm finally putting muscle on. I'm leaning out, like I'm not bloated from all the inflammation, from all the shit that I was putting in my gut, and my body wasn't able to digest. So now I'm feeling awesome. Eating whole nutrient-dense foods from organic as I can.
Yeah, I'm more of an intuitive eater. I try to just avoid foods that I know bother my body. So for the most part, I don't eat dairy. And then of course, like most people, I try to be mindful of how much wheat I'm having in my diet, and how much sugar I'm having. But other than that, pretty much just eat what I want. But saying I eat what I want, like I do have days where I'm like, oh my God, I need greens and I need salad. So I try to eat greens every day, at least 2 handfuls. I try to set myself up for success. So it's not like I'm like, okay, it's breakfast. It's, I'm going to go have a McDonald's, muffin. Like that's not what I mean by whatever I want, but, within reason, like how Eric said, the best quality food that I can get within reason. But yeah, just try to eat intuitively and try to eat whole foods and just avoid stuff that I know bugs my body.
Nice.
Is it easy for y'all two to eat together? Do y'all have fights about, what y'all got for dinner?
Actually, when we first moved in together, we were like always debating about what we were going to eat. And then I think we realized it's better like when we just leave our meals to ourselves. Like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, I'll make like steaks.
We'll share sometimes.
Like I'll make steaks for the both of us, but she'll go and make her sides and I'll make my sides, my salad. Yeah. But for the most part, yeah, it's like half and half.
Yeah.
Who's worse about eating sweets? Like, Who's gonna say, you know, come on, let's go have this this cheesecake or pizza or something like that?
She doesn't even ask me anymore because I don't eat that stuff.
Oh wow.
I don't eat sweets. I don't eat dessert. It's just like, nah.
He's too extreme.
I prefer savory foods. Like I'd rather go eat some chips and salsa with some guac.
Yeah.
You know, I try to get my extra calories, save it for shit that I really like. Like I don't really like ice cream. Like it tastes good for like a split second, then I feel like shit afterwards.
Yeah.
I'd rather enjoy my chips and salsa or like an extra serving of steak. You know, I'd rather make up for it in eating the stuff that I really like. I don't know, like wasting calories on junk food.
That's a good point. I mean, if you can get that mindset, that's strong. What's the thing that gets you though? I know there's something. What's the thing
tacos.
that greasy tacos, street tacos or something?
Really like, man, honestly, just like a big bowl of fruit with like some chili powder and some tahini.
Come on, that's your cheat.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
Man.
Yeah, that's my cheat.
You're good.
Like a shitload of fruit.
Man,
That's not true. He depends, or he eats pizzeries and stuff.
Man, it's been years.
Now we're hearing the truth.
Yeah.
Now we're hearing the truth.
No, it's when I was super sick with COVID that I thought I was gonna die, and I was eating junk food because I was just trying to live.
I like how during COVID, I don't like that you got COVID, but you were pretty transparent with but your struggles, like because you said you were gaining weight and you were stopping lifting and all that. So how?
Yeah, I was work out for like 4 weeks. I was eating whatever I wanted. We were ordering Chinese food and all kinds of shit, dude.
Well, I think
but whatever.
I think
was just
that's
trying to live.
I think that's good that you were documenting it, because when people see you on Instagram or see you and Francheska on Instagram, it's like y'all are almost unattainable figures. Like, wow, I'll never look like that. But hearing you talk, you're saying, yeah, I'm flexible with my diet. You know, I got COVID and I gained weight, but obviously through consistency, you were able to get back to where you are now. So it's very refreshing to hear that, and people can take that to heart, you know?
Yep. Yeah, if you're consistent, like you said, you can get results for sure. But yeah, it's easy to fall off. It's a lot easier to fall off and get fat than it is to get back in shape.
I like how he looks when he gets a little bit fat.
Yeah.
He's like he's all muscular and a little bit of extra grease.
Oh my God.
That's not going to work with his with how he is.
It doesn't work for the business.
I love how much Francheska's laughing when you answer your questions. I'm like, is he telling the truth or what? Like, she's like, that's bullshit. Y'all are really close. How long have y'all been together again?
Over 3 years, 3.5 years now.
Oh.
Yeah. It seems like y'all are vibing pretty good.
Your dog parents, I was telling her.
Dog parents. That's almost like regular parents.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Dogs are like, you can't go out of town with a dog. You have to like.
You went out of town and I was stuck with the dog by myself for the first time, man.
And she had diarrhea.
Yeah, she had diarrhea.
How
I
the
thought
hell?
it would be fine if I leave her home for an extra couple hours while I get my work done at the gym. And so I show up, and dude, she looked like super guilty when I walked in. I'm like, man, what's that smell? And I go look in one of the rooms, diarrhea everywhere.
Oh my God, that's tough, man.
That's what happens when you feed the dog damn tacos.
Because he gives her too much steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my fault. I gave her a bunch of steak the night before.
What kind of dog y'all got?
It's like a pit bull mix.
She's like a little pit bull, like a Staffordshire.
Yeah. That was nice. Well, y'all are in a good spot for dogs too. Being in Austin, they got Zilker Park, all those dog parks out there. So it's a nice area.
Yeah, it's cool taking her around to all the parks and stuff and doing things.
That's why I find it hard to believe y'all aren't more of like foodies, because Austin's amazing for food.
Huge foodie.
Are you a foodie?
Like,
I'm supposed to go eat out after this with my friend.
where are you going?
Elizabeth Street. It's happy hour. But the thing is, I don't drink alcohol, so I go to places that have food happy hour. So like 50% off appetizers, I'm there.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know food happy hour is a thing.
Yeah, appetizers and stuff normally.
It's really rare though. It's really hard to find. A lot of places don't do it.
No, they all usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Appetizers.
You'd be surprised. No?
Yeah, there's a lot of badass places in Austin, for sure. mean, when she first moved here for like the first year, I was taking her to all the spots, you know, trying to make her fall in love with Austin. But I stopped doing that because I was getting fat. I was losing my ass. I was like, all right, I got to get back to work, man. I got to sell these workout programs.
I always tell him that he was like a false advertiser when we first met, you know, trying to show me like the you know, shiny side of him. Now he's like, no, I need out. Sorry.
Would you think that was me or something?
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I like eating out, but she can't eat like raw fish. So like I like going to sushi spots.
Man,
Get like chicken garage, and I'm like, man.
there's a nice sushi bar in downtown Austin. It's got like a red theme. God, I hadn't been there in forever. I forgot the name of it.
He probably knows.
Yeah, you probably go there all the time. It's a real nice sushi bar in downtown Austin.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What are y'all's favorite spots in Austin to eat?
There's this place called ATX Cocina. It's like modern Mexican cuisine, like fancy Mexican. Like normally that's garbage. Like I'm Mexican. My mom and dad, my grandma cooks really badass Mexican food. But when we went there for the first time, man, I was blown away. Like all the flavors are on point and like high quality ingredients. So
it's because
that's one of my favorite spots.
The chef is like an honorary Mexican, apparently. I think he like studied school in Mexico, right? That's what he studied there.
Oh, I think he went.
Lived there for a long time.
Studied. He like learned the like cooking methods down there in Mexico.
Nice.
And so they brought a bunch of good recipes.
It's so good.
When you go back to visit your family, or you go to your family's house or whatever, how tough is it staying on diet? Like for me,
grandma makes like the most unhealthy food ever, but can't say no. So I save it up. That's why on the weekends is when I hang out with family, because that's usually when I can increase the calories, increase the carbs, and really indulge a little bit more on the weekends. So that's where my diet is a little bit more flexible. You know, I'm super strict Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends I can eat a little bit extra and be a little bit more flexible with the ingredients.
Does your family give you all shit because y'all are so clean, or because y'all work out so much? They're like, y'all need to stop doing that because it's bad for y'all?
My mom used to say that. She used to say like, oh, you're always working out and those videos look hard. Like, don't hurt yourself. Be careful. And she was right, though. I got hurt a couple times where, like, fuck, I was out of commission for a while. So now I'm a lot more careful. I only film as much as I need to for these workout videos and try to be more sustainable, you know, not just try to constantly shoot videos and work out really hard all the time. Now I take a way more balanced approach to my training. You know, I really like walk the talk, you know, like this is what I preach to my clients. You know, I tell them they have to be careful and like not overtrain. When I wasn't doing that, I was overtraining and I was like working out during the day and then filming at night. You know, I was like never gave my body a break. But nowadays I make sure I plan to where when I'm filming, I'm not working out, or when I'm filming, I have a lower intensity day to where I'm not crushing my body, and make sure I get ample rest and eat properly for what I'm doing. And so it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot healthier.
How much pre-workout do you take before you do an Instagram video?
Man, I take so much now.
How do you get that much energy, man?
Love pre-workout though. I love caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love taking some super healthy pre-workout.
Uh-oh. Got the stare,
like
huh?
300 milligrams of caffeine and all kinds of crap. But man, it just feels good to get jacked up and, you know, go hard. I've been doing that since I was like 12 years old. I'm not going to stop now.
You get me hyped in those videos. Like, you're like doing those like quick lunges, or like I saw one recently when you were you're doing the complex push-ups, and then you're doing the squats or whatever, but like the cameraman's always kind of like panning around, and you have like the hardest electronic music going on. I'm like, I want to go work out.
Do y'all film each other? Like if you're doing a video for Francheska, or if you're doing a video, Francheska, are you filming?
We're at home in the garage. That's where we film each other.
Yeah,
usually. Francheska doesn't like going on it. She's thinking there's too many germs over there.
Uh-oh.
Is that where
again.
Is that where you do most of your coaching? Or so y'all are both trainers, right? Y'all both have own clients and stuff like that?
Yeah. Francheska coaches mostly here in our garage gym, and I coach out on it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just too many over there. They're all dirty. And I was like, ew.
Where's the On It gym located at in Austin?
It's southeast Austin,
Okay.
like on the way to the airport.
Very nice. And how
Good
long?
location.
How long have you been working there?
Man, for almost 8 years. It's gonna be 9 in October.
Very nice.
Yeah, almost 9 years. It's been a long time.
So with all that,
good.
it's been good. With all that hype that Anna's been getting, is it like flooded in there with people?
No, we have a people respect, that we're like a membership only gym. Like you have to have a membership to do the trainings. We have like a really high charge now for drop-in rates, just to kind of discourage people from just kind of bouncing in and out and like not sticking to the programming. We really want people to get great results and focus on good coaching. And so we make people have to sign up for memberships. And so that's kind of decreased traffic a little bit.
You guys need a members only sign.
Yeah, members only. Get everybody jackets. Nah, it's a lot. It's cool. Before it was crazy. There was like crazy people coming to On It, like waiting outside for Joe Rogan to show up or trying to talk to Aubrey. It's like, dude, bunch of psychos. But now it's a lot better. There's better security around too. So it's been good. Joe Rogan actually stopped by the gym today, so that was cool. He's been working out there every now and then. So
yeah, he posted.
He feels comfortable showing up. That means you're doing something right, because you don't want people to get bombarded with fans and stuff.
Right.
And so it's super low key. Everybody who shows up, they're super respectful. And
because they've had a lot of famous people come in already. Like one of the members was on like The Bachelor, and everyone's like, "Ooh!"
Or Ludacris has come before. A bunch of famous people, man. But
Steve Aoki.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Steve Aoki.
Yeah, Steve Aoki. He came up too. Yeah, everybody. Skrillex.
Yeah.
That was before On It.
We worked out with Mighty Mouse. He was super sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's really nice, actually. Like way nicer than I thought.
Yeah, he's super nice.
How do y'all see, with Joe moving to Austin? I know he's probably showing up at the gym more, but what about just the crowd of people from like Cali, mainly Cali, maybe New York? Do you feel like it's getting more crowded, or is that just like the media?
No, it is getting more crowded.
You feel it?
Austin, yeah.
Yeah, Austin. Like big in tech coming, like Tesla's there, or I think that Giga warehouse is already done. So, I mean,
and I was driving today, and somebody was driving like such a douche, and I look, and they had a California plate, and I'm like, at least switch your plate. So I think you're Texas.
How are they driving?
Aggressive behind me, because there was somebody. I was in the left lane, but the person in front of me, everybody was going.
Yeah,
slow.
on the way home today,
me.
I was like taking my time because it's like super wet out. This car like passes me up in a like a 1-lane fucking area right here.
Did they have
right
a Cali plate?
It's Francheska.
That was Francheska beating you home.
He does drive slow though. I'm like, God.
She was probably trying to go to a happy hour.
Yeah, I want to slip all over the
That
place.
means you need new tires.
I get new tires like every year, bro.
Bro.
So talk about some of the programming at On It. What's different that members get at On It than compared to some other gyms locally in Austin?
Well, we really prioritize, training for performance and like training like an athlete so that you can, feel awesome and get good physical results. And so we plan it all out. And the best part is we have a group of trainers that all get together every day at 1:30 p.m. and they test out the programming like a month in advance and really break it down, see what works, see what doesn't. And they're really, it's like trial by fire. They test everything out before they have the members try it, which a lot of coaches you see nowadays, man, they're not doing that. They're just kind of making up random workouts and putting clients through it. And they, most people can get good results if they're just starting out. Like if you're a brand new person to working out and you start training, you can get good results doing pretty much anything. for the first 6 to 12 months. But after that, after you make those initial gains, you kind of plateau. And it's super important to follow a structured, progressive plan that's going to help you see results after you hit that plateau. And that's where, having a badass coach like that, people that we have here on it is super important and super valuable because, the clients come in and they see, all right, there's like a method to the madness. It's not just a random workout every day, training legs every day or training arms every day. It's like structure. We program, we make sure they come in 3 days a week, and in between they have the option to take a break, or, they can, we recommend some cardio or something else, but we make sure they stick to the programming and not overdo it. We don't have people come in every single day smashing themselves into the ground. We make sure they're getting good results by training in balance. And so we do a really great job of making sure people warm up really well. So our classes are like 60 to 75 minutes long because we spend 15 to 20 minutes warming up and then 5 to 15 minutes cooling down every session to make sure people aren't getting hurt. It's the most important thing.
I think that's important. Are you one that does the workouts with y'all are always up to something? Do y'all do the workouts with everybody? Like, or are you just coaching and overseeing?
What do you mean?
Like you tell them to do the workout. Do you do it with them, or do you just
Yeah, we just coach, make sure everybody's doing good form. Yeah, we don't do the workout to the clients unless it's like a buddy and they want to work out. Then it's like we'll train and I'll coach them while we work out, but that hardly ever happens. Super rare. Mostly want to pay full attention to the clients, make sure nobody's getting hurt, because a lot of the workouts you do can be kind of aggressive. So we want to make sure people are doing things right. And you can't do that if you're in the middle of a workout.
Yeah.
Who's the better trainer?
We're different.
I think I got the answer out of that.
Yeah, she's really good at some stuff that I'm not very good at, but vice versa.
I think we balance each other out.
Yeah.
We went to Costa Rica last week and we taught for like 7 days, and it was really fun because we were able to balance each other out. She was really strong at some things and I was strong at other things. So she was able to rest when I was coaching and I was resting when she was coaching. So it was a good balance.
Was that a group that you took, or was that people that lived there that you coached?
Oh yeah. Most people, they traveled to that spot from the US or other parts of the world to meet us in Costa Rica.
Yeah, it was really sick. We had people from Costa Rica. We had some people from Germany. We had people from all over the US. It was honestly really sick.
That's awesome.
That's not a bad place to go.
I know.
To do working out.
It was badass. I was kind of, I didn't want to ruin my routine. I've been really not looking forward to it. I was dreading it because I'm starting to see results in my training again. After COVID, it's been really hard to ramp back up and get back to the level I was at. And then finally, when I'm seeing some great results, let's go vacation for 7 days. I'm like, fuck, man. All right, whatever, let's go. And it was totally worth it. I had a lot of fun.
Your abs stayed, right? You kept your abs?
Mm-hmm. Yep, kept my abs. The food was healthy. And I was able to train, when I needed to. So
the chef was one of the highlights. The chef was just spectacular. Everybody left in love with him. We wanted it. We were planning how we were going to kidnap him and bring him back with us.
You? So I can kind of tell Francheska is the extrovert and Eric, you're the introvert. Is that pretty much correct?
Oh, you're so good at that. Yeah. Most people can't tell he's an introvert.
No, I could tell. We're like the same person almost, because you're saying a
lot weaker.
I'm not. I don't look like him at all.
At all.
Not even close. But
yeah.
But when it comes to vacations, hearing you saying you're not looking forward to it. My wife's talking about going to Disney World. She wants to take the kids to Disney World, and I just thinking about it, it gives me a headache just thinking about it. But
I don't know, but I love Disney World though. I look forward to that.
Yeah, I introduced him to Disney when we moved to Texas. He's from Texas, so when he brought me over, we stopped. And after that, he has to go every year. He's itching to go.
Damn.
But then again, we don't have kids, so
Yeah.
yeah, we are the kids.
So what about your programming, Francheska, with your clients? What does a typical day or a week look like with you?
So for people that train with me in person, I really give them a mix of everything. I make sure that they're doing strength training, make sure that they have their basic lifts down, and then we always try to make sure that we can get them more sophisticated in the body weight training. And then everybody has a different level with the body weight training, but it's definitely something I try to hone in on every single client of mine, making sure that they're stronger and more, their body is becoming more adaptable and that they're able to use their body in a variety of different ways. To me, it's all about like adaptability, making sure, that we can gain muscle, maintain that muscle mass. And then also, like we were talking about before, like joint health is super important to me, making sure we have full range of motion. I'm all about the functional movement and injury prevention.
That's nice. Do you get a lot of, I guess, what's your clientele look like? Is it mostly females or do you get some males in there too?
Right now, I have all my personals are just females right now. So all the in-person clients are females, but online, I have a big variety. And online I offer different things as well, but I'd say like my biggest offering is just body weight training. But yeah, I'm like 50-50 on my online stuff.
Nice.
And I feel like with in-person training, I feel like I might just resonate more with women. Like I have had male clients, but for sure more females in person.
Yeah, probably more relatable, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of the women kind of want to find that balance between like the strength and the mobility. And a lot of men do come to me for mobility, but I feel like they're still more focused on like the strength and bodybuilding, like Eric. I'd say you have more male clients too, right? So,
yeah, I have like 100%. I used to have more women clients that I would train in person. But then I started dating Francheska.
Yeah. She started.
They all disappeared for some reason. They stopped training with me.
Some reason.
Francheska. No wonder y'all just wanted to train with me. Y'all probably just had a crush on me.
She started letting the air out of all the girls' tires, and it just never showed up.
Man, I met this awesome girl. She's moving to Austin. They're just like,
what? Wah, wah, wah.
Cancel my membership.
Lost my chance. Hey, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna re-up.
Yeah. Peace.
Whatever. The real people stuck around and they've been crushing it. So
that's good.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing like special?
Listening out there, sorry, but that would be great. Thanks for all the support in the past.
They're like, you motherfucker. Have you ever thought about doing like specialized couple training? Like there's so many couples that get so lost in the relationship and they gain weight and then they want to do it together. And then y'all are a very good example of a couple that's making it happen to be able to attack it from like a physical and mental side, working with them one-on-one. Would y'all ever do something like that?
We haven't thought about doing that because we could do completely different training routines from each other. That's what I would recommend. That's what I'd recommend to people who are like trying to work out with their partner. And I'm like, you guys are on totally different schedules. Like she's a morning person. You're not. Like, are you guys going to force it? Like just do your own thing and have your me time and then get together on your emotional time. And when you guys want to get together and build the relationship, like don't try to force, working out together or eating the same foods. Like it's just a recipe for disaster. It's like you do you, and then when you guys want to vibe together and share things and do that, if you force things, it just like fucks everything up. You end up fighting all the time. It sucks. I used to try to make her do my workout routines, and she would get super mad because it was like just not her thing. But she used to come to some of my classes that were tailored more towards, both women and men. They were like high intensity with a lot of mobility.
Like more athletic
conditioning. And she loved those. But unfortunately, after COVID happened, we stopped teaching large group classes. And so I stopped teaching as much at the gym, mostly just focusing on one-on-one clients.
Yeah, I prefer to do training that has like more movement and less weights just for my body type. I have like just a lot of old injuries and I have scoliosis. So I feel like doing a lot of weight is just really hard for me. I'm like focused on like, keeping my core tight and I don't even feel it in my legs, like if I were doing squats or something. But yeah, I remember one time, like when I was going to the group classes that were like really heavy weight. I remember like just the peer pressure. I'm such like a sucker for peer pressure, and I always get hurt. That's my biggest problem. And like I feel like I'm the lightest person too in the class. So everybody's like, "Oh, do as much weight as that other girl," and I'm like, "But that other girl weighs 30 pounds more than me." You know, body types.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get hurt, and everybody peer pressures me, and they're like, "But you're so strong," and I'm like, "But my back, but my hammies."
My back.
Help me.
It's funny that you mentioned, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned y'all bickering back and forth as a couple, because when I try to get my wife to go run with me or something, it never ends good. Like it's always like, no, like I don't want to fucking run, or I try to like get her a good pair of shoes, like the ones that I wear. She's like, your fucking shoes suck. Like it always ends bad, you know? Like it's never good.
Yeah, I got her my favorite pair of shoes. She never wears them. Well, she got them. She wears them every now and then because they match her outfit. They're like white shoes.
Yeah,
but she never goes running. Yeah.
No.
Do y'all run at all?
I do.
I want to get back into it. I used to be a runner, but I was one of those people that I don't know how to like progress things easily. I go from like 1 to 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like ended up getting a bunch of running injuries, and I'll be back.
How much do you run, Eric?
I run like 30 minutes every morning.
Okay.
30 to 45 minutes, super low intensity. That's why I was saying I use my watch just to watch my heart rate, and I just keep it under 120, make sure I'm not overdoing it, keep it low intensity, just get moving in the morning, burn a little bit of calories, you know, get my morning started, and then I'll train harder in the evenings. When I'm warmed up, I've had a full day, I'm like my joints are lubed up and I'm ready to actually lift some weights. I like to lift in the afternoon or evening.
Oh, that's different. I'd picture you as an early morning person.
I used to, but I was just kind of forcing it, and I was like getting nagging pains and injuries, and I just realized like, man, I shouldn't be lifting like this first thing in the morning. Like I haven't really had anything to eat. I haven't, you know, really warmed up enough, you know, because in the morning I'll rush through warm-ups just so I can get to the workout and finish the workout so then I can get to work, you know. So it's like I'd rather do a low intensity, like a cardio or shadow boxing just to kind of get the blood pumping. And then I get to work, knock out any programming I have to do on the computer, social media stuff. And after I, you know, deal with all the stressful things throughout the day, kind of crush some tasks, then I feel accomplished and ready to just kind of, all right, now I'm ready to lift and, you know, get my actual workout in for the day in the afternoon, you know, because otherwise I'll just be thinking about things that I have to get done while I'm working out. And I'm like texting people in the middle of a workout. That's never good. So I'd rather knock everything out first that I need to get done, talk to everybody to talk to, and then turn my phone off and work out.
Y'all's social media presence is huge. So maintaining your social media presence, like that's a full-time job in itself. So how do y'all balance that, being a couple, doing the workouts, owning, you know, doing all that? Because that's a lot to deal with.
I don't even know. I mean,
we just don't.
Taking it one day at a time. I think I try to just make sure that I get my social media stuff done before noon. That's usually the goal. And I don't try to stress it. Like I try to aim for like 6 out of 7 days. So, you know, it's not trying to be perfect, but I'll usually like take like Sunday off if I'm just exhausted and don't want to be online anymore. But yeah, I just try to do as much as I can. Just try to get it done early.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a full-time job. Y'all need to like hire somebody to do all y'all's editing and stuff.
Yeah. They just don't do as good of a job, man.
Yeah. That's a thing. That's a thing like with us, like with the podcast, like, you know, it's doing the podcast and then doing the social media posts. So do y'all do stuff on Facebook too? So a little bit, like how unfriendly is it, like posting from like social media, from Instagram to Facebook? Like it's not like seamless. I don't know if y'all struggle with that too, like doing videos.
No. I do it totally separately.
Yeah.
You have to.
It just doesn't work. Yeah, it sucks.
So y'all both wear Apple Watches, huh?
Yeah, we're Apple people.
Do y'all? Go ahead.
I tried other stuff. Like I like Whoop, but I don't like that how it looks. And I feel like it's so nice to have the fitness watch with all your emails and your texts, and you can call, change your music. Like, there's really nothing like it.
Yeah, it's nice. We're Garmin guys. I was an Apple person for a long time, but now I switched to Garmin just because of running. But how do you feel about, like, does it force you to feel like you have to track your stuff now? Because now I feel like, oh crap, if I didn't turn it on, I was like, crap, did I actually work out? Like,
didn't count.
But I think I've had it for maybe 2 years now. At this point, I just don't care. So I know all my workouts are good. I'm confident in how much I'm gonna burn, you know?
Yeah, I don't worry about the calories anymore. It's just like, I like to turn it on to see, I can see my heart rate. And that kind of helps with keeping track of stuff. But besides that, I don't really stress it, you know, because they're not 100% accurate.
Right.
You know? Let's take that into account. I calculate my nutrition goals and macros completely without taking this into consideration.
The heart rate's pretty accurate though. Like when you follow like the intensity of your workout. My favorite thing, like we did a challenge in April. No, when did we start it? I don't remember. Started in March. We started it in March. Time is, you know, an illusion. But we started the challenge in March, and everybody kept showing like the data from their watches, and it followed the intensity of the workout beautifully, you know, exactly how we wanted it to feel. We did the workouts, they're live workouts, but it's beautiful to see that everybody's heart rate was just where it's supposed to be. You know, you start off nice and easy. Set 1, you're like ramping up, and then set 2, you know, the middle of the workout, you're just like on fire. And then, you know, they decompress, and it's nice to see when people actually decompress. Like their heart rate literally goes like, and then it's, you know, they're in a steady state. Their body's nice and healthy. Mm-hmm. Getting back to normal.
So who do y'all look up for inspiration to, like, on a daily basis?
I have a lot of people that are like, I'd say like acquaintances and online friends that are into the same stuff that we do, but it motivates me to like just keep going and always trying new things and remembering to like have fun with my work. I think people that are like in our field are people that inspire me the most. I look at their posts every day and I'm like, yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, I follow a lot of people that like are big in like the healthy, sustainable eating, and precision nutrition is really great. They're the nutrition platform that I use for my certification, and just like a lot of like motivational speakers and a lot of like Joe. I love Joe Rogan, obviously. You know, he's just super funny and like keeps it super real. So I just like. Yeah, a lot of podcasts, you know, a lot of people that I listen to on there are really great. But as far as like social media, I like to follow people that have big accounts that do fitness like I do and kind of try to, you know, see what they're doing and see how I can learn from them, how they're so successful from what they're sharing. And then I look to people even with smaller accounts, new up and coming young coaches, and I look at what they're doing because, you know, they might be doing something that I might not even be aware of, you know, because I'm getting old, you know, so it's good to find, you know, fresh ideas from people who are doing things, you know, at a different scale, at a larger scale, or even people who are up and coming to learn some new tips and tricks. And constantly just trying to learn from other people and borrow ideas.
What's the game plan for like the next 5 to 10 years for y'all? What does y'all's roadmap look like?
Just keep traveling, keep coaching people in kettlebells and animal flow and having fun, experiencing things. Costa Rica was awesome, so we're looking to do that all over the world in different spots and getting to experience the places ourselves and sharing the experience with our fans and our customers and clients. So looking forward to that just because it was super fun, super rewarding.
It was a trip of a lifetime, honestly.
Yeah, it was badass.
And I think what's so beautiful, it's like the group of people really made it just so precious. Like everybody was so cool, like literally like some of the coolest people you'll ever meet. Everybody was so down to earth.
Yeah, and everybody's so positive.
Super
like
positive.
Even like at the On It gym, you know, like you think you're surrounded by like-minded people who are like there to work out. Like, yeah, you are. Oh man, you get really comfortable, you know, and it ends up getting really negative in there. And you walk in and they're like, damn, did you get a fucking haircut? You look dumb. You know, it's
like a frat house.
It's like just talking shit to each other, and that kind of gets annoying, you know? It's like you end up talking shit all day to other people, and you're like, man, like,
You become one of them.
You become like a shithead, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to break away and go somewhere where maybe, you know, they're these new people, you know, they're being extra nice, you know, because it's your first time meeting each other, but it ends up feeling a lot better and you have better experiences. Like, because even within the group, you can tell, like, when we're horseback riding for 3 hours, some people are like, fuck, man, this sucks. But because everybody else is having a great time, you have no choice but to like enjoy it. And next thing you know, you actually enjoy, you know, some of that stuff.
And I think
it's good to get you out of your comfort zone and like kind of put on a front, because then it's like you fake it till you make it. You know, it happens in all those situations to where like I didn't want to go surfing. I didn't want to go.
It's him now.
I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to eat and work out in the sun, maybe go swimming. I don't want to do any of those activities. And so I'm like dreading every single day. I'm complaining. Complaining about doing all these things.
In my ear, of course. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then you do it, and then you have a great time, and it lives up to all the crap people were talking.
Yeah,
so.
And I think the balance of the group was just so perfect. Like half of them were people like Eric who are like, meh, 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 everything sucks, this is horrible. And half of them were like me. Like, don't get me wrong, I have those thoughts in my head, but like I try so hard to be positive because, you know, it's just overwhelming if people complain all the time. So you had people like me that are like, no, we're going to make everything positive and we're going to conquer our fears and you know, we're going to ended up being such a beautiful balance. I feel like we all blended. So we were like a family at that.
But then it made me realize, like, man, I do complain a lot. And it's probably because I'm like around a bunch of shitheads that on it, you know, in the gym talking shit to each other, and like need to break away from that and you know find new avenues, new friends. Because man, I feel like people are annoying.
We Mike and I talk about that. We talk about the same thing too, where we try not to talk shit about people because we don't want to be that kind of person. But the minute we get around people that do talk shit, like you were saying, Eric, is like you become that person like slowly. And then if you hang out with them for a couple of days, it gets worse and worse and worse. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
And we're really rude to each other. Like it gets to a point where I'm like, damn, we're just shitty. Like not a nice thing said.
Yeah.
And it gets bad, but it's funny for a little while. But I win more than he does. But.
And then it becomes awkward to be nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, what's the catch? What do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah.
How did y'all set up this Costa Rica trip? Did y'all post it online? Like, hey, we're going to do a workout in Costa Rica, or how did that setup go?
Yeah, we pretty much, so we were already thinking about doing international stuff since we teach around the U.S. and everybody's like, when are you going to leave the U.S.? You know, like there's a whole world out there. So we're like, all right, you know, if we're going to like make a big trip out of it, we might as well go for a retreat. But yeah, we just shared it on our email list, our newsletter, and on social media, just casually. And we try to make sure we were posting about it on our main page because, you know, things have different reach. You know, not everybody sees my story, but a lot more people see the post. But yeah, just posting it online and telling people like, hey, we're just literally going to have fun in paradise. Like if you want to join us and you like what we do, like, you know, you're welcome to come. And it worked out great.
Nice.
Could you imagine making that y'all's thing? Y'all go to different locations like Greece, you know, go to just islands or...
Just asking about Greece today.
Exactly. You go to Greece and then you do the classes and it's like a win-win. You're vacationing, you got
working.
Business going on, you're building bonds, you're networking. It's like perfect. And you don't have to have a building. It could be a perfect business.
Everything was so cool. And I think what was so nice about it is like, we were talking about like, you know, getting out of our comfort zones. Like even for us as coaches, like we want to, when we go to our workshops, like everything's planned. Like we know how we're going to go. We know what we're going to bounce off of. But with this, like you kind of had to flow with it because sometimes we're so exhausted. We're like, all right, we're just going to stretch. And they're like, are you sure you're not going to kill us? Like, you sure we're not going to snatch? I'm like, no, we promise. We're just going to stretch. But it was nice because sometimes you had to just go with the ebb and flows, you know, kind of just lower the intensity without, you know, realizing it. Or sometimes we were doubling up on workouts because we all felt good. So it was nice.
Where's the next trip planned? Or where are you thinking?
Most likely Mallorca, Spain.
Oh,
so I didn't even know where Mallorca was, but it's like right in the middle of the Mediterranean. It's beautiful.
It was actually. We've been watching. Have you guys seen the F1 show on Netflix?
Nuh-uh.
Dude, it's a badass show where they they go to all these racetracks, like a documentary series. And Mallorca was on one of the races.
We should go to a race in Mallorca.
Heck yeah.
You might as well if you're going.
Yeah. But yeah, probably Spain, and then make our way along the coast of Europe.
For sure. France, Greece, 100%.
Yeah. So we'll see what's up.
That's awesome.
Do y'all see y'all? That probably didn't make sense. Do you see yourselves opening y'all's own kind of gym in the future?
Nah.
No?
That did make sense. Did y'all see y'all? No, I'm kidding.
That's a super Texas shit to say. But y'all probably like, oh, no problem there.
Like, perfect sense.
Yeah.
No, actually, this is something we talked about for so long, because like since the beginning of our careers, like thankfully, you know, we both have had like a lot of growth and success, but everybody's always like, when are you guys going to open your gym? And we're both like, it's like having a family, you know, we're not sure if we're ready for that, but I always dreamed of having like a beautiful, like really nice, like almost like luxury kind of upscale home gym. Like if I could have like a badass home gym, chef's kiss. Like that is my dream goal.
That's awesome.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. And then like working at a gym, and my brother, he was the GM for a while too, and watching how stressful that is, and running the gym and trying to make sure, you know, making ends meet. It's fucking stressful. I don't want to do that.
And I remember,
Like, I'd rather just, you know, do what we're doing now for as long as we can, you know, and really try to have fun doing what we're doing and enjoy it, you know, not try to minimize stress. And that definitely, you know, adding overhead of a gym is just not worth it for us. You know, I'd rather maximize happiness.
That's awesome. That's a good. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. That when I first started working at my first gym that I worked at, it was super small gym. It was like a little community gym, and we all worked like right under the boss. So I got to see like everything and how difficult it was, and it was like a really nice community area. So the rent was insane.
Wow.
Like literally like tens and thousands, like over $50,000 a month. And like, sure, that's, you know, that's attainable for a lot of gyms if you have really good, consistent clientele. But like whenever things like what just happened last year go down, and how are you going to come up with like $50,000+ a month, you know, if your clients don't show up? So yeah, just seeing the ins and outs, and then like anytime somebody would quit. And I remember having to wake up at like 4:30 for so long to just go and open. And I'm like, why would I want to have a class at like 6 a.m.? And it's just, it's intense.
Yeah, if anything, we'll try to set up a nice home gym in the future, and, you know, maybe have events there. Maybe one day get a plot of land where we build the house.
There you go.
Have like
now you're talking.
Gym. You know, that way people can
ranch gym.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
That way
people, fuck
yeah. Have a retreat at our ranch, and, you know, that's how some people I know do it. Like Tony Horton, the guy from P90X.
Yep.
He has like a big ass house, a badass gym, and he has like certifications and workshops at his house.
Does he have a helicopter and like a landing
pad? Yeah. So, I mean, goal, hopefully one day. But for now, just travel to these different places, partner up with the gyms, those local gyms, and, you know, kind of split the profits with them, and so that they can help us organize it. But at the end of the day, we're not in it when we're traveling to do these workshops and retreats. We're not in it to try to make a bunch of money. We're just trying to, you know, if we break even, that's awesome, you know, just so we can have a vacation, you know, so and see a new city while having fun with people that enjoy the same stuff we do. And at the end of the day, just trying to reach more people, like you said, make those bonds so that we can then try to sell maybe our like online products, you know, because that's where most people are usually going to gravitate towards at the end of the day, is following a workout plan that we put together. And, you know, that all the other stuff is just kind of the cherry on top to connect and build that community.
And honestly, we've traveled together and we've never had so much fun than we did with that group. It was jam-packed of personality, jam-packed of activities. Like there was always something. Someone always had something to say. They were just great. They were fantastic.
Awesome. I think y'all are both doing extraordinary things, and y'all are spreading. I like what you said, Francheska, maximizing happiness. So I think y'all are doing a great job, and y'all are spreading positivity with y'all's social media presence, and just keep rocking it. I love everything that y'all do. So that's awesome.
Thanks,
you guys.
So how can people find you on social media? What are y'all's websites? Go ahead and plug those.
So I'm Francheska Fit. So it's Francheska. And then my website's just francheskamartinez.com, but everything's linked on my Instagram. So you can always find like my YouTube on my Instagram and all the things.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm Eric Leija, EricLeija, or Primal Soldier. That's hard to spell. You can just look up Eric.
Primal dot.
Yeah, Primal dot. It'll come up. But yeah, ericleija.com. Go check out my website. But yeah, if you find me on Instagram, Primal Soldier, you'll get to see a lot of my workout videos, and go to my website and find all my links.
Awesome. I greatly appreciate it, and it was really fun, guys.
Let us know when
Hell
you come
yeah,
to
you guys are
Austin.
awesome.
Yeah, definitely. We want to go check out the gym now and get a good workout. I need to do better or get better at these animal flows. So
Let's do it. You got a one-on-one with me on the house.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
I'll hold you to it.